Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from group 3. This time we will present the result of our discussion regarding the form of policy advocacy. Presentation related to the first material by Sanju.
Thank you to the moderator. Here I will present related to introduction form of policy advocacy. Policy advocacy is a series of efforts made by individuals, groups, or organizations to influence public policy to be more in favor of certain interests. Policy advocacy is often carried out to encourage social change, improve regulations that are considered unfair, or create new policies that are more responsive to the needs of the community. In the policy advocacy process, various strategies are used, such as research, public campaigns, lobbying policymakers, and involvement in discussion forum and the media. The form of policy advocacy can be direct, such as meeting with stakeholders, or indirect, such as through publication or social movement. The policy advocacy approach also depends on the actor involved, such as non-governmental organizations, civil society groups, academics, and the media. The success of policy advocacy depends heavily on strong evidence, effective communication, and support from various stakeholders. Thus, policy advocacy plays an important role in encouraging better change in governance, protection of human rights, and improving the wealth of society as a whole. Thank you. I return to the moderator.
Thank you, Sanju, for presentation about advokasi policy advocacy. Presentation related to the second material by Amel.
Thank you to the moderator. Here I will read the next material. Number 1, encourage policy change policies that are considered ineffective, unfair, or detrimental to certain parties. Number 2, creation of new policies, proposing and encouraging the formation of policies that are more in line with community needs. Number 3, emulating effective policy implementation, monitoring that existing policies are actually implemented well and provide the real benefit. Number 4, increase community participation in decision making, encourage the community to be actively involved in the policy-making process to make it more democratic and inclusive. Number 5, increase public awareness. Educated the public about important issues so that they are more about and participate in policy advocacy. Number 6, building government transparency and accountability. Quickly that the process of making and implementation policy is carried out openly, honestly, and responsibility. Maybe that from me. I return it to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Amel. Presentation related to the third material by Maul.
Thank you, moderator. I will present form of police advocacy. Number one, direct advocacy, involving direct interaction with police maker such as government officials of number of parliament. Number two, public campaign, using media and public activities to raise awareness and support a police. Number three, lobby, a systematic effort to influence police maker through meeting official letters or database presentation. Number four, awareness and education, providing information to the community to understand the impact of a police and support the necessary change. Number five, strategy legislation, using legal channel to challenge unfair policies of pressure the government to make police change. Number six, police research and analysis, provide data and scientific evidence to support police change. Number seven, coalescing an alliance, form cooperation with other organizations to strengthen police advocacy. Number eight, police monitoring and evaluation, supervise the implementation of policies to be in accordance with the goals that have been set.
Thank you, Maulana. Presentation related to the fourth material by Mirakel.
Thanks to moderator. I will read the material on advocacy strategy. Here are some of the main strategies in policy advocacy. 1. Identify clear problems and objectives. Determine the issue to be advocated and the extent policy impacts. 2. Policy research and analysis. Review existing policy to understand the weakness and opportunities for improvement. 3. Stakeholder mapping. Identify who was influenced in policy making. 4. Building coalition and alliance. Collaborate with other organizations to strengthen voice and support. 5. Communication and campaign strategy. Developing clear, evidence-based, and attention-grabbing advocacy message. 6. Lobbying and the right approach to policymakers. Holding meetings, sending recommendation letters, or conducting audience with the government and parliament. 7. Public mobilization, involving the communication and the community in advocacy through petition, peaceful demonstration, or social action. 8. Strategic litigation, using legal channels to challenge policies that are considered determined or contrary to community rights. 9. Policy monitoring and evaluation, monitoring policy implementation to ensure that it is in accordance with the interests of the community. That's all for me. I return it to the moderator.
Thank you, Mirakel. The next presentation our conclusion. Policy advocacy is a systematic effort to influence public policy to be more in favor of the interests of the community. This process can be carried out through various forms such as lobbying, public campaigns, policy research, strategic litigation, and policy supervision and evaluation. To achieve success in advocacy, a mature strategy is needed, ranging from public identification, stakeholder mapping, effective communication, to public mobilization. The success of public the success of policy advocacy depends on the collaboration of various